All right, y'all. We have Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua. I didn't know this was a thing until today. So
we have some breaking news out of the boxing world as it was announced fresh off of his fight cancellation with one Gervonta Tank Davis. Jake Paul is now scheduled to face off against former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua.
I think this is good for both. Anthony Joshua gets to make some good money, potentially get an easy W. Jake Paul gets to make some good money and finally fight a real boxer. Real boxer. So this is going to be very interesting. Should be fun. I hope Jake actually trains. I'm not going to say I hope I know he's going to actually train. But I hope he comes in there and makes it competitive.
On a fight on Netflix in December in Miami.
Bruh's doing it for free. Heck no.
Jake Paul.
Heck no.
This can't be real. If you going to fight him, fight him. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than
I was disappointed to see the Gervonta Davis fight get canceled. I thought that would have been interesting just to see how that turned out. But, I mean, this should be more entertaining.
It's good to be right.
If you going to fight him, Jake Paul, fight him.
If Joshua loses to IDK, if Joshua loses, he got to retire. I say this. If he gets knocked out, if Jake Paul comes in there and puts a boxing clinic on, hey, I ain't know you had it in you, Jake. If Jake come in there and just looks nice and crazy sharp, I ain't know you had it in you. Okay. Show us something that, But if it could be a good fight, there's nothing to worry about on Anthony Joshua's end. Even if he loses, if it's a good fight and we see Anthony Joshua land everything out there on the line, I mean, you can't really be mad at him.
I don't want to hear no clauses that Joshua got
Tyron Woodley isn't a real fighter. He's not a real boxer.
to come in at 220 pounds.
Oh, yeah, no,
I don't want to hear no every round going to be 30 seconds. I don't want to hear no wild. If you go fight the man, Jake Paul,
10 to 12
step
rounds.
into the ring, 10 to 12 rounds, and fight the man and earn everybody's respect, even in defeat. Because right now, it looks too much like a money grab. The fight with Tank got washed away.
Yeah.
And so anybody who knows anything about the industry, Jake Paul probably got paid in advance by Netflix. So Jake Paul probably has to fight, or you got to find a way to pay back that advance, or some insurance company is going to have to come back and subsidize the advance that Jake Paul got given. So Jake Paul's probably trying to figure out, okay, how can I find a way to not pay back this advance? I need to fight somebody. Bet. I'll fight Joshua. But Jake Paul, you already know you're finna get knocked out if you fight Joshua on legitimate boxing terms. If you gonna fight him,
I think Anthony coming off of two L's, if I'm not mistaken, Anthony Joshua. So I don't know.
Fight him, and everybody will shut up talking to you for the rest of your boxing career.
Yeah.
This, I want to believe it, but this all screams, this ain't no fight. This ain't no fight, man. It's going to be so much stuff in there. I mean, it's I won't be buying this.
He lost
this, man. This is not.
This is the only one to actually watch.
Yeah,
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua is the one to actually.
He won 4 in a row and then lost to Daniel Dubois.
You think Jake Paul's not gonna have a bunch of that funny stuff the same way he had a bunch of that funny stuff in there with Tyson? You see Tyson holding off on a lot of them punches that Tyson could have threw. He's holding off on them punches. You got knockout clauses and all this type stuff in there to get your money. It's gonna be the same.
I don't remember him getting knocked out by Daniel Dubois.
Exact stuff in this fight right here to where Joshua is not going to go out there and try to punish him. He's not. This is going to be one of them play fights, with all due respect, one of them play fights to grab money. They're not even on the same level. Like, it ain't even close. It's like the Eagles.
Nah. Because here it is, though. The Tank fight, he said, was going on their records. A winner was going to be determined, and it would go on their records. So, if the same thing stands with this one, somebody has to win this fight. So there's no, you can't really play around too much. It's gonna be. I would safely assume it's gonna be a real fight. or you can make it. You can try to make it close. But if I'm Anthony Joshua, I don't want to try to make it close because, I mean, you can. You are the real boxer, so I mean, you can. But I don't know about that. I don't want to play around too much because you play around and then they might try to give Jake the win.
Playing the Chandler Bears, and that is
Emmanuel Acho's hair look like it's attached like a Lego. What the heck?
my little kid. Like, this is not even close, man. Come on, Anthony Joshua.
Tank backed out. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't seen the details as far as why that fight got canceled yet.
But I will say
Jake
this.
Paul?
If Jake Paul legitimately steps into the ring with Anthony Joshua on boxing terms, and if those that aren't even super boxing fans, Jake Paul would earn the respect
He would.
of
I definitely
everyone
think so.
Nah,
in
facts.
perpetuity for the rest of time. James Jones.
But you
don't got to fight another legit boxer after this.
But he can't though. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not.
It's not about he can't though. He's gonna. I mean, if he's signing a contract, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. It is what it is. Well, actually, he's talking about on real fight terms. We'll see. We're gonna see. I think they're gonna make it 10 rounds. I don't think they go 12. And I don't know about the minute of the rounds, but we'll see. Even if he goes 8, is he stepping in there with Anthony Joshua at the end of the day? I think that's respectable.
Even equipped to fight this dude. He's not. It's going to have to be a bunch of stuff in there. Joshua will punish this man.
Well, we're gonna see. I think it's interesting. I think him fighting Tank Davis was really farcical.
But
in
at least he
my
got
opinion.
size on Tank.
Yeah, no,
Like,
he
they're
has
going,
there's
you know what
some
I'm
sort of
saying?
advantage. But I will say this about Jake Paul. Before Canelo agreed to go have the fight with Terrence Crawford that he did earlier this year, rumor circulating was the fight that he was going to take was going to be one against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is the one dude that could be on the A side comfortably against a guy that has the pull that Jake Paul does right now. Unfortunately, that's just where boxing is. I think that was a fight that was actually set up to be happening and then ended up falling through. Canelo wanted to go chase a legacy fight with Terrence Crawford, and credit to him for doing that. I'm happy he did.
I can't wait to watch Bud fight again. Dude.
Right now with Anthony Joshua, we're talking about a dude that in his last fight fought for a world title. He fought Daniel Dubois for the IBF World Heavyweight Championship. A dude that is
Damn.
Yeah, he got cooked in that fight. He did.
Destroyed.
But yeah, that was over a year ago. So now he has a year off. He's coming back, gonna fight in December. Fellas, Anthony Joshua was an Olympic gold medalist, unified champion at the heavyweight division. He is 6'6", 250 pounds. And also, I do think.
Oh my God.
I do. No, Jake Paul 6'1" and about 220. I want to say this though. I think Anthony Joshua, he's made stupid money in his career, dumb money in his career. I don't think he's going to be in a position to be accepting BS terms with Jake Paul if this is really what's going to end up happening. I think we're actually going to get to.
His skills not all that for him to call out Tank and Alex. I think he got a puncher's chance against Tank because he's so much bigger than Tank. But against Alex, I think because Alex is not a professional boxer, he has a much better chance against Alex. Because he's not a professional boxer. A fighter is fighter, but that there are separate skills. Inform me on Joshua. Is he still elite? I don't know about still elite, but I mean, like, he's still one of the best heavyweights in the world. You know, in terms of that, he probably still top 10 probably, and I don't think Jake Paul's anywhere near top 10. It's just the experience level. You know, it's like I've been doing this my whole life versus you've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and I've been doing this at the highest level. You know, it's like a dude who been playing in the UFL since the UFL has been around, and then going to play in the NFL against guys who have played in the Super Bowl. You know, Anthony Joshua has been on a Super Bowl level of boxing.
See Jake Paul against a former heavyweight champion of the world. Do I think that's a smart idea? Absolutely not. For Jake Paul, do I think it would sell? Absolutely. Do I think it'd be very interesting and people would tune in to see if he gets his head knocked off? Absolutely. I genuinely, I hate to say it, I'm giving him credit for this. I think this is a huge step up in competition, probably way bigger of a step. He probably sees what Alexander Usyk, who's now the undisputed, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time now after beating all these guys. He was a smaller guy Went up. He's like 6'2", 6'3", about 200 pounds at first. Now he's probably sitting at about 220, 230. Similar size to Jake Paul. Went up and beat all these guys. Granted, Usyk, greatest amateur boxer at that weight class ever. I think it's going to be interesting, but I do think Jake Paul is in a good position.
The only fear is this.
I hate to give him credit.
If Jake Paul gets his block knocked off,
Yeah.
That Jake Paul's gonna have to watch a bunch of Usyk film. I think genuinely he's gonna try to steal Usyk style. I think that's the only way you can win this. You're not gonna knock out Anthony Joshua. I mean, I don't see it happening, but if he can go in there and just, he gonna have to watch a bunch of Usyk film.
completely.
Very possible.
Outbox
Jake
him.
Paul experiment is
Film not saving him.
It's a wrap. Because if you step
If the goal in there is to outbox him and not to knock Anthony Joshua out, just outbox him, stay alive, that's not a bad game plan. I mean, here it is. Jake Paul may not have the experience of a Anthony Joshua or even a Usyk, but if you can just stay alive, if you're conditioned enough to stay alive, then you can make it out that fight without getting knocked out.
into the ring, everybody thus far is wondering and has wondered, like, what
Can we give Deontay Wilder this fight? Let my boy get his confidence back. He's never been the same since he lost to Fury. I think we're going to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder next year. I can see that happening. Because both of them are still fighting, and both of them are not on the top of the mountain anymore. So I can see it happening still. It's unfortunate we didn't get it when they were both on top of the mountain, but it's all good.
would happen versus a legitimate boxer.
Yeah.
And in their relative shape. Not
Yes.
a 50-year-old Floyd.
Yeah.
Not a 60-year-old Mike. We've all asked ourselves, well, what happens if you fight a real fighter? The problem is, once you fight a real fighter and you get beat down, the hypothesis is gone. So now we don't need to wait to see the experiment. Y'all know what we do every year. We say the best college team could beat the worst NFL team.
Yeah.
And it's a fun debate.
Yeah.
Because if you don't really know ball,
not happen.
yeah,
Would
right,
not
if you
go
don't
well.
really know ball, though,
Yeah.
you'll be like, man, but if 10 players on Georgia would start for the Cleveland Browns right now. But if they actually ever played
They'll get smoked.
and the Browns won
Yeah.
60-7, we'd remove the whole debate.
Yeah.
If Jake Paul actually fights Joshua and gets KO'd round 2, what are we still watching Jake Paul fights for?
You know the difference.
No, I totally agree with you that Jake Paul cardio isn't good, but you can fix that in the camp. I believe so. I think you can work on cardio like that. You can primarily work on cardio and come into a camp and fix that. Now you can't fix experience, but I mean you can fix the cardio if anything. And just you have a good enough game plan, which is just try to box him. Don't try to brawl with him. Don't try to fight him. Just try to box him.
Difference
What we
there
watching
though.
him for?
You misunderstood. I want him to beat on Jake Paul for practice. Hey, he probably gonna be. I mean, I ain't gonna say probably. 9 times out of 10, he gonna beat Jake Paul. 99
You know the
point.
difference there though. is
0.9
that it's
chance he
the
beats Jake
outside
Paul.
People and the people that don't know ball and the people that aren't involved.
It might be some free
saying,
money.
Let's have this debate: college versus NFL, college versus NFL. The players aren't saying, "Oh, we could beat an NFL team." Alabama not saying, "Oh, we could beat an NFL team." Georgia not saying, "Oh, we could beat it." Jake
YouTube
Paul
sex.
is saying, "I'm worthy of stepping in the ring with Anthony Joshua." So it's different. It's he's saying, "I am that good. I am worth being here. I do want to be here. I can
Yeah.
compete."
Oh, that'd be fire, bro. Jake, even if he loses to Anthony Joshua, go fight Deontay Wilder next. That's a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. Because, I mean, all respect to Wilder, but, he ain't like the highest IQ boxer, Elite puncher, but not the highest IQ boxer. So, if Jake can have a decent enough game plan, he can try to walk out of that alive, but he's not going to get like, he can probably try to stretch that as long as he don't get caught.
Why would
But
we
it's
want to
different
watch?
with all the rules, though. And that's why I'm with Acho. If it's a straight up boxing match, kudos to you, credit to you.
Yeah,
But you ain't had a straight up one yet.
right. Yeah.
Well,
You
he
done
did
had
have one,
everything.
and he lost it.
And he lost to
and he
a-
lost it. He
to a
lost it to
boxer.
Tommy Fuhrer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but all the other ones with Mike Tyson, I don't know why Tank pulled out, but it's probably was something on them lines as well. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a straight up fight, respect to him for stepping in this ring with a dude that's 6'6", 250 pounds, and you 6'1", and this dude a gold medalist and got all these fights and all that type of stuff, because it's real lopsided. But you can't get me to believe that you're not going to have that
Would
stuff.
there
Now imagine he win.
See what I'm saying? That's crazy. Win what?
Because look, this
He said
is
win
my
what?
thing. This is my thing.
Over doing Steph.
We all knew when Jake Paul started doing this, eventually he was going to have to
No.
get somewhere where
No,
he can make a
we're
crazy
not gonna let
payday.
we're not going to let you
No,
do this
I'm not.
tape. We're not going to let you
I'm
do
not
this
saying he's
tape.
going to win. I'm not saying he's going to win. Let me ride.
Man.
I'm saying we all knew that this was eventually going to get to a point where he fought enough scrubs to be able to fight someone for real. This, to me, this is the zenith. If you can't get the Canelo fight, what's the next biggest fight? You can't go fight Usyk. Usyk cares too much about his legacy right now. Sorry, it's not going to happen. You fight Anthony Joshua, the biggest star in heavyweight boxing, the most well-known name, the guy that sold the most at the heavyweight division. You get that fight. This, to me, this is the zenith of the Jake Paul boxing experience. Whether he wins, whether he loses, whatever happens.
But to your point,
yeah.
Bro, this fight will open up so much doors and options for Jake Paul in the fighting scene. It's gonna open up so much.
if this is a
Win or lose, most likely lose, but it's still gonna this is a good look for Jake Paul.
zenith, it's over after this. Like Jake Paul,
AJ Hyde.
let this be your last fight. Because if Jake Paul loses, what do we want to watch him box again for?
That's what I'm saying. You think these people don't know how to...
He want to make money. He can keep Jake Paul can it's like this. It's like a boxer losing in general. It's not about him wanting to box again. If he loses, they lose and they learn from that and they want to get better and they want to keep going, you know. But Anthony Wilder, Deontay Wilder is 40. How does Anthony Joshua? 36. Interesting.
handle that. You
Yeah.
know how much money.
That's why- yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Getting knocked
Paul's
out
not
for
gonna
money is
risk that.
crazy.
You feel what
He's
I'm
not gonna
saying?
risk $200 million
He's
of
gonna-
future
it is-
earnings.
But you're not going in there with the with the intention like, all right, I'm going here and get knocked out. You're going in there to try. You're going in there to make an effort to not get knocked out. That's the goal.
It's gonna be this and that.
Yeah.
You can't knock me out. You can't. It's gonna be that and that because he knows the next fight is more money, and people gonna tune in for that. More than crazy. I
Yeah.
think Joshua and him in there on a fair slate.
I hope it is.
Man,
I think
stop
I just don't see what terms Joshua would agree to that wouldn't be fair. He's not. He's a cut 250. He's not. He's not gonna cut down. It's not gonna be headgear. This is a professional boxing man. I don't see. I genuinely think because of the booking, there's nowhere for Jake Paul to hide in
But
this.
they could
you
do
have
something
to face
dumb.
him.
No headshots. Like you could do.
They're not doing that. They're not doing that. What the heck?
He can't. He's not gonna do that. Nobody will buy that. Nobody will buy that. It'll be a sparring match.
Yeah.
He's gonna have
You
to.
ain't really gonna.
Who? What?
know all
You
that till the
genuinely
fight
booked this,
happening, though.
and because I think the agreement with Netflix, you genuinely set this thing up. You're gonna have to actually go out there and fight him, and we're gonna find out.
But we didn't know all the stuff that was in the Mike Tyson thing until the fight was over.
Yeah, I mean, well, we knew he was fighting a 60-year-old.
I know
That was enough for me.
But what I'm
Like-
saying, all the other stuff that came out, we didn't know.
Let me ask you this: could Jake Paul go 6 rounds?
If it's a 6-round fight, then I'd be upset. Yeah, could he last 6 rounds?
6 rounds
Because he's gonna be in way better shape than Joshua coming off
on
the
a
couch.
fair slate.
He's
6 rounds.
He's gonna be. It's gonna be tough for him. I'm not gonna lie. Getting past. We saw Francis Ngannou, UFC heavyweight champion. He fought Tyson Fury and actually dropped him. Some people argue he may have won that fight. He went up against Anthony Joshua, got smoked.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like obliterated.
And he would
got lit up
crush.
like a Christmas tree. That was bad.
And
You know
he
what I
would-
mean?
And he would crush Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's just huge. It's a size disadvantage. It's gonna be tough.
Oh, that could be another one. Jake Paul could go fight Francis Ngannou. That'd be a good fight too. Deontay Wilder. That's some dangerous fights though for Jake in terms of like potentially getting knocked out, but making money wise, oh my gosh, bro, he gonna make some bread.
Jake Paul will be stupid not to have.
Alex Pereira would kill Jake in MMA, but in boxing, I think Jake has a shot because he's like it's two different professions. You know, fighting is fighting, but boxing and mixed martial arts are just two totally. You know, it's one is specific. You know, because it's just like when we seen with Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Conor got washed bad. You know, and I understand that Jake is not on that level, but he only focuses on boxing. He doesn't focus on no other martial arts style. So he only does boxing. He's been doing that for however many years it's been. So and he's gotten better at it. So I think he would have a shot against Alex Pereira.
Have certain stuff.
He'd be stupid to take this fight, but it looks like he's taking it. Maybe he knows something that we
The
don't.
only reason why you're
Top
gonna
five
take
boxers.
it is you're gonna have some of that stuff in.
Well,
I
and to
don't
get
really have a
50
top
to
5.
100%.
I don't really have a top 5. Cause I'm not super. I'm not a boxing savant or super tapped in. But as of right now though, I'm ready to see Bud Crawford fight again. It's a lot of nice guys to watch right now in boxing, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Bud Crawford fight again. About it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.